What's up, you handheld lovers out there? Today I got some accessories for you to consider for your ROG Ally. There's quite a bit of them, but this one's probably pertaining to those that like to go on the go. You want to have a system to play with, basically like a console system, like a PS5 or Xbox or something, or your laptop on the go, but you don't want to carry a big old laptop. But as you can see here, the accessories can get pretty broad. So this is for the traveling guides here. You know, backup batteries for if you're on, say, traveling on an airplane, and of course carrying cases, screen savers, and screen covers and stuff like that. So let me list them all out here to make it real easy. I'll leave all the descriptions, all the links to these Amazon affiliate links in the description for you. It doesn't cost you anything to use it, but it helps out the channel grow. So first off, the Glass Screen Pro tempered glass. This is one of them here I used. It actually is not perfectly aligned with this one, and this is a lot of them. There's a lot of little scams going off in the very beginning that were not perfectly aligned with the screen. Now there has been some more updated screen savers, or screen covers, that is, tempered glass ones that came on the market that says it fits this screen. That's the link I'll give you, but albeit you need some kind of screen cover. I'm not really worried about it. This is like a 3-pack. It doesn't cover this very bottom edge and a little bit on the top. I don't really care. It covers the main majority of the screen. This is like 98% coverage for me. So whenever this one gets scratched up, I'll replace it and get a more official one. So, but I believe D-Brand makes one that's exactly the fit. I think it's a 2-pack for like 25 bucks. So not affiliated with them or anything, but that's one of them I've heard that works out of the box, fits perfectly. One thing I don't like about D-Brand is it doesn't come with a little template that'll help you self-align. You have to just get it perfectly yourself. And that's really the reason why I go and buy 2 or 3 packs of these, is because I end up screwing them up when I put them on there. Get a hair in there, or I get it off just a little bit, and it's very hard to get straight. So if D-Brand offered one with a template for it, then I'd be all over spending that extra dough for it, but it doesn't. So I'll just wait for the Chinese market to catch up and get a more official one. But I did, like I said, I'll drop a link in the one that says it's supposed to work exactly for this. But anyway, another thing you might want is a stylus. This is an old stylus of mine, and it works really good. Keep your fingerprints off the screen and working through things. So minimize your fingerprints with a stylus pen. Next up, if you're on the airplane traveling, you're going to want a 65-watt battery charger, because this thing lasts with AAA games about an hour. With some non-AAA games, say like, let me see, one for example, Grid Auto Sport, awesome game to play. That one I get about an hour and a half on, and then it's toast, right? So here you got a 65-watt charger. You get another hour or so off of this one as well on the plane. So when you're on a plane long periods of times, sometimes just breaking up the monotony of, say, a 10-hour flight or a 12-hour flight with just a couple hours of gameplay different times during your flight is just golden, right? So yeah, I would recommend one of these. The only downside I don't like about this one is it's a little heavy. It weighs, actually as much as your not as much as your Asus, but almost. Probably 75% of the weight. I don't have the actual weights in front of me. You can look it up online, see what the weight is of your Asus plus the weight of this, and compare it. But it's going to add a little bit extra weight to your bag, right? So next thing up is memory, right? So you're on the go and you want to carry more than 6 games or 9 games. I've actually, this 512, I was able to have an assortment of I believe it was like 10 or 11 games I had on here. But of course, some of them were pretty small, like Dig Dug, Arcade Game, Pac-Man, very small megabyte games. But then, I also had, with this one, I would have one Forza game, either Forza 7 or Forza Horizon 5. And I would also have Grid Legends and Grid Auto Sport and Horizon Chase Turbo, High on Life, and of course the one that comes with it moving out, and I think it had Need for Speed and Ori on there. So that was about it. So you about seven games you fit on the 512, and you're pretty much maxed out with some AAA games. But right now, what I'm rocking is this actually. I went and picked this up the other day, or ordered it on Amazon. Link in the description, obviously. But 2 terabyte hard drive, and it's wonderful. Comes with a nice case. Actually, I like this one. I don't mind spending a tad bit more money because it comes with a carrying case that I can stock my stock. Oops, where's the camera? That I can put my stock one back into it. So keep it nice and safe for if I ever decide to sell the unit. I can put the stock one back in it and not sell it with a 2 terabyte. Super easy. iFixit actually has a video on how to do it. Several other YouTubers have a video on doing it. I didn't want to create one because it seemed pretty redundant to me. But I will contest that this is freaking amazing. 2 terabytes. I've got 31 games on here. Now, albeit 2 of them are preloaded. Forza Motorsport's a new one coming out in Payday 3. So that's just a small file right now. So a good 29 games, solid games on here. And if we go over my settings here, contents, let me see, system, storage, I'm still 1221 gigabytes out of 1861, so not too bad. I got about a third to a quarter left, about a quarter, a little over a quarter left of hard drive on there, so plenty of room for growth. I actually don't see myself actually having all these games all the time. I think some of these games, as I play through them, say like Atomic Heart and Borderlands 3, just some of these are Forged in Shadows. Some of these games, after I play through them and stuff, I'll probably take them off, keep them in my library, but take them off the console itself because I've played through it, right? And then leave room for new ones, like the new Ride 5's coming out. That'll definitely be going on here to play. I love racing games on this handheld. So anyway, yeah, definitely worth it. Highly recommend this hard drive. The process is pretty easy, and yeah, I love it. Now, a secondary choice, if you wanted a quick fix, you can get a little Samsung 512. This is a little Evo 512 Pro card, and this is pretty fast as well. Some people have problems with SD reader. Actually, was one of them that had a problem with it. I had a 1 terabyte Extreme that lasted about 2 weeks, and then the device stopped reading it very well. The card actually still worked fine, but I went ahead and got my money back on the card anyway through Amazon, so that was awesome. And then this went on like Prime deal for like 30 bucks, so I was like, I'll pick it up. Even if I can't use it in here, I'll be able to use it somewhere else, right? But this actually worked in the unit for a couple days, and then it had some software issues, it seems like. I think the software in here needs some updates for the SD card. But I digress. We'll see what they come about fixing it. But with that said, I love the speed of, say, a solid hard drive over an SD card. So I just figured I'd eliminate the whole issue. If you'd had a 1 terabyte of one of these, it's $118, and you got a 1 terabyte of one of these, and it's $109, right? So, and it's going to be much faster. The read and write speeds are much faster on these than your SD cards would be. And actually, this seems actually a little faster than the stock one that came on it, even though it's the same specs of 5,000 read and I think 4,500 write speed. So, but anyway, pretty good. But obviously, I got 2 terabyte. There's like 250 for these, or 219. Actually, there's a link there for 219 if you want to wait a couple weeks to get it as well. So. But I would just go with this myself. But in a pinch, if you don't have any problems, grab a little SD card. All right, let's move it on. Keyboard, man, that's another thing. I actually picked this little keyboard up here at first. It has a little dongle here you can plug into your dock here for your Asus dock, which obviously you need one of these. This is good, a very good keyboard, worked fine. I liked it, but the things that I missed out on it is the full keys, and I didn't like. I thought I was going to like how this is, but they're clicky if you hear it, but This is a little bit small for the trackpad, and I just wanted to be able to sit there and type on it like a keyboard, right? It was a little bit easier than to punch in like this. This is really built more for like a remote control for your TV, to where you want to punch in passwords and stuff at that. So it's like 20 bucks, I think, for this thing. Not a big deal. But what I would suggest to get is something like this, which is from iClever. This is an awesome keyboard. So it just snaps out like this, and you got a full-size keyboard that you're actually used to using. And then let's see, turn my Asus back on here. Sign in, baby. Did it go? Oh. When I put my finger on it? Okay. Again. All right, back in. Yeah, that's one thing. Sometimes the sign-in doesn't work. That's actually the second time it didn't work. But anyway, you can see with using this, you can move your mouse around here on screen. Hopefully you can see that. But also when you're say skipping over to a website or something like that, you can type in all your passwords and stuff here as well. So like EA was for instance, EA. Open up EA here, and when I need to type in my password and stuff, because EA for some reason doesn't remember your password, even though you put on here remember password. But anyway, yeah, you can type in your information here, just easy peasy, real quick to use. So yeah, I would recommend getting one of these keyboards. This iClever one is actually pretty damn clever, hence the name, because you just hold down your pairing button here. You can actually pair up to 3 devices, so I can use this for my iPad. I can use this for, of course, this one, and then your PS5, or if you want to, or your Xbox, or whatever as well, if you wanted to use one. So, yeah, pretty cool device. But I like that it's just small, folds up, fits in your bag for on-the-go travel, nice and easy. Of course, it has a travel case for it, so love it. Real good. I recommend that over this one. It works like a normal keyboard should work. It's what you're actually used to using. Speaking of memory as well, you could always do an option like this, like a Samsung. If you had one of these laying around, portable SD drive, you could use one of these to plug in to store your games as well. Only downside with these is that whenever you go from your USB-C to USB-C here, you're losing your charging point in that manner. So yeah, that's the only downside if you use one of these. So just an option, but yeah, I would prefer to, if you don't have one of these laying around and you got to buy something, you might as well get like a Saberin or something like that. Just make sure you get the right read and write speeds, at least as fast as what your Asus is, so you don't slow nothing down. All right. One quick thing I almost forgot. Actually, that keyboard came with this little stand here that I'm using, and it actually folds on out pretty far as well. Of course, all the way fold up, adjustable. So this is a good little docking stand as well for you when you're on the go. So I'm using it obviously for this video purposes. So yeah, works cool. Tilt it up one more. Very sturdy stand. So I like that. It's a little freebie. Obviously controllers, that's pretty straightforward. You need a Bluetooth controller. You can't use something like an Elite. The older Elites like I have that don't have Bluetooth, they just have the gigahertz connections. That won't work. It does work on my Xbox Series X, but it doesn't work because it doesn't have Bluetooth. It doesn't work on this device. But obviously, controller, PS5 controller will work as well. So now you got a dock. You got to have a dock on the go. So when you're traveling, you got to have a dock. You don't have to have a dock, but you got to charge it somehow, right? Eventually. So you might as well carry around this dock. So the Asus dock, I really like this one. It did have the room for the USB, so if you wanted to, say, on the go, use your SD drive. So you wanted more games on the go and you just stuck with your 512 and you have this laying around, this is when you could use your SD drive and go through the dock. Plug it in USB, pull your games off of this and run it. So that would be an option, right? But yeah, the dock works good, flawlessly. If you want to use this dock to a TV, like at your hotel room, that's where you need an HDMI cord, 2.0. This is a 4K. Linked in the description for this as well. It's nice. braided but cloth cord, and it, you know, collapses really good. So this fit in your duffel bag really easy as well. So yeah, got those two. And then obviously when you get out and about, you're gonna have to have probably a plug to plug into. So there's another one. This is a iSmart power plug. It's got 6 of them, three here on the top, 3 on the sides, and a little switch on the side here. I already have it plugged in, but it's a little, same thing, a braided cloth cord, nice, folds up real easy, it's not too bulky. Got 2 USB ports, B's here, and 2 USB-C ports here for charging. So if you're like me and you go out of the country, this is a great one to have, because I can just have one plug in for, say, in Germany or UK. They're special plugs they use for their walls. Use that adapter plug this into the adapter, and then I have all this to run, you know, my cell phones, iPads, laptops, you know, work laptop and stuff as well. So, and then obviously charge my Asus on the go. So really good and easy and light to fold up and put in your bag. So everything I got here is to be easy to carry around and put in your duffel bag for easy carriage. So, and obviously you're going to need a case to carry it in, or you're going to want to protect your unit somehow. So I have the one that came with it, right, the Asus. This one I actually really like. I think it looks nice. It has a nice logo on here, a little raised logo, feels nice. When it closes up, you know, it's nice, tight close up here. When you open it up here, I got a cleaning cloth in here. I usually put my Stylus pin in here and set my Asus in there and zip it up. I use this one mostly around the house, but I do like it. And but if you don't want to spend the money on this one, you can spend the same amount of $30 on one that's going to hold everything that I show here, and that'll be this bad boy here. So this is the TomTalk, and so I ran across some other YouTubers that have it. Obviously it still have the tags on it. I haven't used it yet, but this is nice. You got a nice little handheld right here that you can hold it as you're carrying it around, right? Or say like this when you're walking through an airport or something like that. Nice and handy. It actually also has a you know, shoulder strap if you need that. So that's good. And as far as holding it, oh, and then of course you have this strap here. This strap is good for when you're going through the airports and you got your roller carry-on. You can slide this down your roller and hold it there. So I usually strap my backpack to the roller, and I can slide this onto the roller as well and roll around the airport when I get on my plane. But as far as storage-wise, this will hold everything you need. So what's neat about it, I like, this was I think originally made for the Steam Deck, but it has this little W design here, and so your joysticks are facing in the W. So when you grab your unit, stick it in here like this, and then of course you can strap it down. But you see, it holds it nicely, keeps it, you know, safe. You actually got extra room in there too if you want to put some other stuff in there, but you keep everything separated. So I can easily put my backup battery in there, and I could of course throw my Stylus in there, you know, cleaning cloth, and then let me see, you can put your charge port in there, all this in here, right? Well, I mean, I'd have to arrange it here, but anyway, you get the point. You can put everything that I'm showing you in this bag, nice and easy. Your keyboard, I can just slip that here behind there. Yeah, and then a controller. I should be able to fit a controller in there too. Yeah, look at that. And zip her up, and you're good. So I have everything I need to carry in here. I didn't put in my power pack as far as my hookup for power, right? But that's pretty small too. I should be able to fit it in here. But I think this I would put in my regular big briefcase anyways. But anyway, yeah, this essentially carries it all. So yeah, yeah, that's all I got on this. So obviously this will fit in here too. It folds right up, right? But the case itself, you know, what you have on the inside, you also have another pocket here on the outside. So I can go ahead and slide this one in there, be done with it. And Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Actually, I like this case a lot. Yeah, holds everything I need. So Tomcat is the one. I'll give the link in the description. There's actually a few of these on Amazon that you could order. This particular one you'd want to get. This is the one that was for the Steam Deck, but it works perfectly, as you can see, for an Asus ROG Ally, and then all the accessories that you'd actually want to travel with on the road or out of the country. So yeah, with that said, I am done showing accessories here. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this look at all the accessories that you can use for your Asus ROG Ally, and hope you're enjoying it. And leave some comments in the description if which ones you're going to pick out. So yeah, we'll check you later. Till next time, I'm out.